welcome everybody today to Introduction to Dream Analysis, Unlocking Your Dreams by Megan Mary of Women's Dream Analysis. I'm so glad you could all be here today. So who is Megan Mary? I'm a dream analyst, I'm a dream specialist, member of the International Association for the Study of Dreams. I have my master's and bachelor's in English, certified in online teaching and plant-based nutrition, and I've been featured as an expert source in the most widely read magazine in the US, Parade Magazine. I've spent my career creating meaningful change through digital publishing and marketing. However, after being diagnosed with 3 different chronic illnesses, I began reevaluating my life purpose and started to return to the higher guidance in my dreams. Okay, so I am an INFJT, which if you've ever taken one of those personality tests, it basically means that I'm an introvert and an advocate. I'm also a Scorpio, which means I'm very private, mysterious, sensitive, intuitive, introvert. I'm also a Halloween enthusiast, married to my best friend for over 20 years. I live in Idaho with my 2 highly treasured cats, Milu and Merlin, that you see there. Now, on a more personal note, I feel that everything I've done in my life up until this point has brought me here today. My love of stories and literature helped me understand the magic of metaphor. My love of mysteries led me to not only become a writer of mystery fiction, but also my passion for dreams. And my career in web technology increased my analytical side by engrossing me in examining code every day on a daily basis. And finally, my lifelong quest for knowledge and spiritual fulfillment is what drives my constant pursuit of wellness in pretty much every form I can find it. So what is Women's Dream Analysis? So I started Women's Dream Analysis because I wanted to help other women appreciate the significance and power of their dreams. Dreams are the next frontier in spiritual awakening. And my focus is to provide a safe space, an open ear, walk with you through life's transitions as a woman, guide your dream exploration to help you step out of your shadow and encourage your personal growth. And I'm passionate about helping other women connect with that inner guidance and wisdom in their dreams in a safe and compassionate space. So what are dreams anyway, and why do we have them? Well, we all dream every night, even if we think we don't. Dreams take place during REM sleep, but they also can occur outside of it. And we're not self-aware that we're dreaming unless they're lucid dreams, which can happen. We usually lack the ability to make judgments at all in our dreams, and they're not linear. So on average, we have about 5 to 7 dreams a night, and they last around 5 to 20 minutes. We forget probably half or more of those after we're awake for even 5 minutes. We only remember probably 5 to 10% of our dreams overall. Of course, if you have insomnia or you have trouble sleeping, you might remember more. That's actually the only bonus of insomnia, because you wake up a lot. And when you wake up, you have every time you wake up, you have a chance to remember. So some inspiring facts about dreams. Dreams are our inner guidance. Dreams are filled with symbolic imagery that's compiled uniquely from your life. Each dream holds a message made just for you by your higher self that is your secret pathway to self-improvement, happiness, evolution, realization of your life purpose. Now, dream journals help you remember your dreams. So again, you probably aren't going to remember 90% of your dreams, but if you keep a journal or you use an app, which there are many of, and it doesn't even have to be an app to remember your dreams, it could just be a journaling app. You can increase your retention and ability to remember them exponentially. The more you train your brain to remember them, the more you will remember. Dreams have led to famous inventions. So Albert Einstein actually invented the theory of relativity from a dream. The sewing machine was invented in a dream. And the Twilight novel and film series was actually inspired by a dream. So lucid dreaming can be very therapeutic. You have to train yourself to do it, but if you learn how to do it, you can overcome emotional blocks and fears, you can explore your creativity, and you can improve your life skills. You can do that with normal dreams too, but even more so with lucid dreams. So what is dream analysis? So the dictionary.com defines analysis as the separating of any material or abstract entity into its constituent elements, as well as a method of studying the nature of something or of determining its essential features and their relations. So therefore, dream analysis is the process of studying the elements of the dream to determine their relation to your life. Every object, place, person, emotion, action, and situation is symbolic and holds meaning. And I believe that dream analysis is the key to unlocking your higher self. So why not use a dream dictionary? Well, every symbol in your dream comes from your life, your experience, your emotions, and your knowledge. So while there are universal common symbols we all encounter and things about our lives we all share, what those symbols mean to you is utterly unique and cannot be defined by a standard definition in a dream dictionary. Dream dictionaries they isolate each small piece of your dream, but it's like giving you a box of puzzle pieces. It doesn't put those pieces together for you to create the larger picture. So to understand your dreams best, they should be analyzed as the whole story and not just the pieces and parts from generic definitions, but the ones that are your definitions specifically. So what is the DreamMirror method? The DreamMirror method is my own unique method. It is 4 steps to self-discovery. Once completed, you will discover your unique dream meaning. So the 4 parts are memory, mood, mirror, and metaphor match. I like M's. And they all end up with a meaning at the end. So we're going to walk through those different steps and tell you how it works. So the first one is memory. So that is, of course, where you recall your dream. You need to do this as soon as you wake up, in as much detail as possible, leaving nothing out. No detail is too small. Pick a title for your dream as if it were a story. It doesn't have to be a long title, just something that you think summarizes the theme of that dream. The next key step is mood. The mood is where you highlight and focus on specific emotions and feelings that you experience before, during, and after the dream. So it's really beneficial in your journal if you can make notes before you go to bed, as well as once you wake up, and about your dream. Now, if you didn't make them before you went to bed, but you remember what the major events of the day before were, you can write that down. Okay, yesterday this happened, I felt this way. Then in your dream, this is what my dream was about, and I felt this way in the dream. When I woke up, I felt this way. All those things are very important because they tell you more about the meanings of all the things that happen in your dream. The third step is the most unique and important step, and that is the mirror step. The mirror is where we explore and discuss all the specific aspects and parts of your dream. So the symbols, people, places, situations, the actions, whatever you're doing, where you are, who you're with, what's happening. I serve as a mirror to your dream. So rather than a dictionary, I work to reflect back to you from your own words everything described in the memory and the mood steps. And together we pull out that symbolism presented in the dream and mirror them from your subconscious into your conscious mind. The fourth and final step before we arrive at the meaning is the metaphor match. So this is where we create connections between the memory, the mood, and the mirror in your waking life. We're basically decoding the story that your dream language is telling because it is a metaphor for your waking life. So we match the metaphors to your life. And that is how we arrive at the meaning. The meaning is a combination of the memory, the mood, the mirror, and the metaphor match. All of those four things arrive you at the ultimate meaning of the dream. So who should analyze their dreams? Well, in my opinion, everyone, because it can help with everything. We spend so much of our lives doing it. There must be a reason and there must be a benefit. So it can help with personal growth. It can help with life transitions. And that's really big for women because look at the different phases of a woman's life and all the different changes that happen as part of those phases. There are major transitions. There are major shifts. And a lot of our dreams are telling us things to help us through those transitions. They're there to help us. Career development, relationships, emotional intelligence, creative solutions and inventions. You can work on problems, come up with ideas. Your brain can help you create these things as well as show you these things. And then, of course, self-reflection, because that really is the exercise. When you're analyzing your dreams, you're reflecting on your higher self's message. So there's 5 key elements to a successful dream session. And I have a blog about this, but we're just going to talk through some of those parts. Of course, the first one is record your dream, which we touched on before. The better you can remember and record your dream in full detail, the more you will get out of each dream session. So make it a habit to think backwards first thing in the morning when you wake up before you begin to plan your day. So don't start thinking about your day right away. Think when you're in your normal waking life and you lose your train of thought. It feels very much like that. What was I just thinking about? What was I just going to do? It's almost exactly like that feeling. And it'll help you remember, oh yeah, I was just shopping for something, or I was just at a restaurant. And it will start to come back to you. As soon as you get that first piece, many times all the other pieces will start to come back to you the more you concentrate on them. And it only takes a few minutes to do that backwards thinking. Write down as much as you can remember. You don't have to write it down. You can type it into your phone. That's what I do. Whatever, you can audio record it, whatever works for you. But as long as you can capture it in that moment is really the key. The next important element is be open. Of course, dream analysis is a type of self-exploration. It can lead to great insights, but in order for it to work, you need to approach the dream session with an open mind and an open heart. Remember, there is power in vulnerability. And when we're vulnerable, we open ourselves up to change. And change isn't always easy. It can be uncomfortable at times. We might not understand what our dreams are trying to tell us. Sometimes they can be upsetting. That's why they call them nightmares. Sometimes it can be recurring, and that's because we're not addressing something that the dream is trying to tell us. But if we face those messages, they really are for us. They really are to help us grow and to help us evolve. And so you have to be ready and open for that transformation. Now, of course, the third step is be comfortable. And part of the reason I'm hosting this webinar today is so everyone can get to know me and feel more comfortable booking a dream session. Dream sessions are for you. So always make sure you're comfortable. At any time, you can choose what you share or what you don't share. And I offer both video and audio sessions. So choose whatever feels most comfortable to you. I've also recently activated an email option so people can email in their dream and receive an interpretation back, although I really believe that talking to you is the best way for me to get out of you your meaning and mirror that meaning from the dream, because you may write it down for me, but without that interplay of me asking you additional questions, we're probably missing a lot of pieces. And so that's where the mirror really helps. Lastly, create time. So choose a time for your dream session where you can be fully present and free of interruptions or other distractions as much as possible. Sessions are 30 to 60 minutes. Pick the appropriate session length depending on how long your dream is. It can be a very short dream and there still can be a lot of conversation around it, or it could be a very long dream that we might have to do in 2 sessions if it's extremely long, which I have both kinds. So it all depends how much you can remember. The last step and key element is reflect. So reflect on the results of your dream session over the course of the week after you have the dream session. Sometimes the aha moment comes after we leave the session rather than during. So continue to record your dreams. The more you record, the more you'll remember, and the more you can use them to transform your life. So finally, I'm going to give you a taste of the DreamMirror in action. I'm sure you've all been wondering, this sounds great, but how does it work? So I'm going to share with you a personal dream that I had recently and give you a taste of how it works. So some dreams I remember take me a long time to write them down because they're so long. This one was very simple and powerful in its message. So I chose this one as an example. So for step 1, we're going to do the memory. I gave my dream a title. I titled it Set Sail. It was a simple, quick dream, and all I recorded was the words that echoed in my head when I woke up. And the words were, use the string from your mittens that broke and fly a kite. So my mood when I woke up was very positive. I felt empowered. So now we're going to look at the mirror. Okay, to mirror this back to myself, or if this were your dream, I would ask, what are mittens? What is the purpose of mittens? What do they do? Because this is one of the objects in my dreams. And it's not going to be something that a dream dictionary is going to tell me. What do I think mittens are? Okay, so what I would say is mittens keep us warm from the cold. And then I would ask myself, do mittens make me think of a person or a situation in my life? My answer would be that I associate mittens with something a child would wear rather than an adult. Now, I would ask myself, okay, well, what are strings? What are strings for? Well, my answer would be that they connect things. Okay, well then I'm going to look at the kite, because that's the next object in that sentence. What is a kite? And why do people fly kites? Okay, my answer would be that it's something you fly in the air for fun. It's a carefree pastime. Kites fly free, but they're connected by a string. Okay, so next we're going to take all of those things. We're going to take the memory and the mood and the mirrors, and we're going to say, okay, the metaphor is, of course, that the mittens are a metaphor for what protects us. It's what keeps the cold out. It's what keeps the warmth in. Perhaps our inner fire alive. Now, the string is broken. Use the string from your mittens that broke. The string is broken implies perhaps that my connection to something I've lost, something in the past, when I was younger perhaps, when I was more carefree. The message is to use the string, which not only tells me to get back that connection, that inner fire that I may have lost that connection with, but it also tells me to fly a kite with it. So use what I have, even though it was broken, reinvent it, rekindle that inner fire through connections that will allow me to set sail. So are you ready for your Dream Mirror session? It's time. We are not alone. It's time for women to come together to help each other. What you have been waiting for is happening. And what you've been searching for is here. I'm ready to embark on the mysterious exploration with you to unlock your dreams. Schedule your dream sessions to experience the transformative power of my Dream Mirror method. And I really appreciate everyone for joining me today. And if you have any trouble booking your complimentary session that you received for registering for this event, please let me know. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can follow me on Pinterest, and I'm going to be building my presence on YouTube. And I just really appreciate everyone being here today.
Thank you.
Let me know if you have any questions.